Hey guys, I'm X, and this is my first impressions of SkyForge. I'll try to keep this under 10 minutes. And so, the game itself speaks of kind of like sci-fi fantasy, but it's really geared towards sci-fi. When I play this game, it really reminds me of Mass Effect in a sense. Even the NPC talking presentation is in that same sense. So I'm going to talk to one of the main NPCs here, and just make a judgment for yourself. And while the game is in early beta right now, not all there's supposed to be voice acting when you see statements, but for now, not all of them have been filled yet. For some NPCs, when you talk to them, they do speak like it's like Mass Effect presentation, literally, where your character's on the left, and then it does this close-up thing on the right, and then they give you a mission and whatever, and you move forward. So the story is that your character is kind of like an immortal or a god. Oh, there's a cutscene here. Alright, we'll just go through this then. And this person's glowing.
Приветствую. Наслышана о твоих подвигах.
Wait, was she just speaking Russian? I've heard rumors that the game is pay to win, but I'm not really quick at that judgment, so, I mean, you're gonna play the game regardless of what I tell you if you want to play it. So even if it is pay to win or not, I assume it's probably not. It might be in a sense, but so far I've played for a few hours and I really haven't seen much except for some caps, which are strange caps. So right now, it's just talk to NPC and like do sub quests.
Rumor has it that many have
seen look, there's random voice
Some
acting.
paid him no mind, and others ran in terror. Speak with the people who saw him. Help the people dispel the darkness of fear. Who but the immortals can do this?
So I'm still pretty early in the game, so I don't have very many skills, but in terms of classes, you can change your class on the fly in the middle of a mission, or like even, like you can change your class whenever. You're not restricted to one class. So one of the good things about SkyForge is that you can play any class you want that's available, assuming you have it. I think some of them you actually do have to buy it. I was gracious enough to be granted a Founder's Pack, so I got like the Gunner class unlocked here. And they all play pretty differently. For the melee classes, though, they play kind of like, if you're familiar with Vindictus, I'm not going to assume that all of you know what that is, but Vindictus is that you kind of attack in combos. So in terms of abilities, it's like left click, and then right click, or left click, and then right click kind of thing, so that kind of combo. These are just a very few number of skills, because I'm still very early in the game. I don't have very many options for attacks right now. But if I show you the class, this is how many abilities that one class can get. So this is my Cryomancer class, and I have an ability coming up like right here. Actually, I can learn it right now, so I'm gonna learn it. And as you traverse along this tree, it's pretty one-way for now, but later on it does split into two. Way down later. Right here, where it starts splitting into two, but eventually over a long period of time you will probably unlock all the skills this class has to offer, so you'll have many more attacks later on. And there's also a rogue class coming out soon. For now, I got a new one of my skills got upgraded. Berserker is probably one of my other favorite classes. Right now I'm playing as a Cryomancer. Paladin's more, well, they're like literally categorized for you to experience support. Support really doesn't do much offense. You really have to party with somebody to get somewhere with the class. And this is my Berserker tree, which hasn't really been leveled at all, because I chose Cryomancer as a starting class. So the starting class that you choose, you'll be a little bit further down on their ascension tree, or their skill tree, and there's this overall rating at the bottom left here that's blocked by my face. It's a prestige number. It's basically how strong your character is overall for the entire form of the game, basically. So the higher your prestige, the basically overall more powerful you are versus other people. because everything seems to boost that rating. Even like weapon upgrading. When you weapon upgrade, it's not necessarily the item itself, but I have this feeling there will be upgrades later towards items. But right now it's actually more of just upgrade a category, which I find better than actually upgrading individual items, because that gets really annoying when you get towards end game and you grind like a gear, then work on that one piece, but then maybe there's be other tiers later, whereas this one is just a whole category, so it's much more pleasing. These are the current limits. I assume this has to tie in with cash shop or like pay to win systems, but it's too early to say. I haven't played enough to know. This is just the first session, and there's like a progress chart of like where you are in the entire game. See, my class development is only 2.96%. I've barely touched the surface of this game, honestly. So it's too, like, just first impression. So far, I think it's a great game. It's got good graphics. My graphics card isn't exactly top of the line, so in terms of computer specs, while I'm recording, it's still running pretty smooth. So the game is pretty good. What else is there? Connect to Alienhead. Oh. Yeah, so then like you can post boards and things here too. There's a lot to do for something that's supposedly, well, that's free. It is free, so when it comes out, it's not going to be a pay-to-play game. And customization. Your character is not locked to a certain appearance either. When you're... Yeah, so in the inventory, you can just change your clothes whenever you want with whatever you have unlocked. You can unlock more as you play the game. And like change your, like, a lot of things. You just have to unlock them as you play or buy them off the cash shop. I've seen some people wear some strange outfits that I don't even have on my list. And then, I don't know if you can change your gender. I think it said somewhere earlier in the game that I can actually change my gender, so... In terms of customization, it's free, like freestyle, whatever floats your boat. And like, I mean, like, look at this. It really does look like Mass Effect in a sense. So combat, for the most part, I think it's kind of slow and choppy. It's hard to say it. When I'm doing like a mission, it actually feels more like Phantasy Star Online. I don't know if you've played that before either. The fighting sort of feels like Phantasy Star Online. It's not necessarily choppy, it's just... I feel like it could be smoother. So some of the classes you also unlock as you play too, like, they're not all available at the start. So like, most characters have an execution move. When they drop below a certain HP, you can just instant kill them, which is one of the cool things. The combat, for the most part, is pretty simple. It's you just like mash your skill keys and make sure you don't stand in puddles. Let's see. I'm trying the Berserker class, so just change it. You can change literally on the spot. It takes like 6 seconds. And now I've got a big sword. And some spin to win. Ridiculous spin to win. Attacking builds a resource, and then you spend your resource to do more stronger attacks. Some enemies have a lot of HP, so battle does get kind of slow. I'm assuming if you're in a party, battle will go a lot faster than usual. Boom. Just drill it to death. So what else do we got? We got a gunner class here. I am in combat. What is it? I'm still in combat. How am I still in combat? So I'll showcase you guys these other classes here that I've got. Change to the gunner. And that'll be it from a first impression. Let's just play around with the gunner in there. You'll notice that different classes have a different resource bar on the bottom there, right underneath my HP in the center, above the skills. For the gunner, you have 2 different modes: the machine gun mode or the plasma rifle mode. Let's see, how do I don't even remember how to switch. Oh, you press 1. And so I can blow these things. Oh, I don't have enough resource. Okay, so you gotta build up resource first. Spray and pray. Throw a bunch of bombs on that. Let's switch this. Lasers. I think the gunner class is pretty funny too, but I don't have very many attacks right now, so I'm like, this is very newbie for the most part. Throw bombs on that dude, kill him. So that's the gunner class. I don't have very many attacks with it right now. I'm pretty sure there's something cool later on where you can probably charge up your shot and shoot like a laser. Oh, when this is full, this thing actually does less damage. Oh, goodbye to your head. And then there's the paladin class. Sword and shield is pretty much a tank class. Target is 2. So I mean, you can decide for yourself if you think combat's smooth and fast or slow, depending on what's going on right here before your eyes. I won't decide that for you. I think the combat's like, it's a good pace. I'm still early game, and early game is always clunky in any game, so I mean, it's hard to say. Honestly, I mean, if end game later on where my character speeds up in attack speed and everything really changes everything. And there's the Lightbinder class, which I have no idea how to play this class. Whoa, that thing literally disappeared. What is this? Throwing orbs. It looks so retarded. Oh, it hits so hard. What's going on? Orb thing hits super hard. Alright, so that's the Lightbinder class. Apparently a support class hits really damn hard. And it has a massive AoE. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to my main class that I normally play, which is a Cryomancer. And we'll just take a quick walk over to the actual mission planet thing. For the most part, the game still feels really early. I don't know how much developed it is. There's only like 3 places to go in town. Not very much, honestly. And I don't know how much outfits there's going to be in the game. The rumors about pay to win actually kind of have me worried, but I don't know. I seem to be getting by just fine without it. Maybe it's like way later.
The situation on the planet is constantly changing. Old threats disappear and new ones take their place. As these threats change, so do the rewards you earn for help.
So yeah, this is like the mission planet, basically what the whole game is about. You choose your missions to go on here. Some of them are main story missions, some of them aren't. So just make sure you figure out which one you want to go. As the NPC said, this changes constantly over time, over day. And there's a timer in the bottom left here that my face is probably covering. And the next change is within 30 minutes. So this mission board is constantly changing. You guys want to always check this if you're playing the game when it comes out, or if you get a beta key. And I mean, I assume like later on there'll be bigger and bigger events that people can group up and go together, probably like raids. It's easily an adoptable idea in this kind of situation that they're providing here. And that's SkyForge, guys. So there's like recommendations of 1 to 3 people parties. Some of them are just like, you can chill around. This one is just, you literally go in and kill. Everyone fights for themselves, and there could be only one winner. So this is, I think this is a PvP area. Alright guys, if you got any questions or comments below regarding the game, just leave it down in the section there. I'll try and answer them or get you more information. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. So bye bye for now. I'm Trad6.